Good evening. I'm Patricia Vallone with a CTV News update. Well, District 6 Council member Walla Blagay vows to rework and reintroduce legislation aimed at limiting townhouse construction in Prince George's to transit-oriented areas only. Now, council members got an earful of opposition from the crowd of mostly developers, builders, and realtors. Blagay says her legislation, which temporarily halts some townhouse construction in Prince George's, is needed due to infrastructure and sprawl issues.
And all I wanted with this bill, first of all, we did want it to move forward, but the reality is right now there's a lot of technical issues that we need to work on. But I would say this, the best part of this is getting this conversation going, because it's been an ongoing problem that residents have been complaining about, but most of the concerns have been ignored. So now what I'm saying is that my job as a council member is to bring it to the table, bring it to the forefront, and let people say, what are you going to do about the infrastructure? If this isn't an answer, then what is?
And Blagay expects to reintroduce the bill by September. Well, if you drive through the Rhode Island Avenue corridor in College Park, you better slow down. The speed limit on a busy stretch of the roadway is being reduced. The City Council has voted to lower the speed limit following a high number of crashes. The section in question is Rhode Island Avenue between Paducah Road and University Boulevard. The speed limit is being reduced from 35 to 30 miles per hour.
Yeah, but lowering the speed limit is a good thing, because people are going to speed anyway.
There have been a few times when I've just noticed people flying down there like they're on a race strip or something. So anything that's going to improve public safety, I would be in support of.
Yeah, I take that to go to my daughter quite frequently, but usually there's not very much traffic on there at all. And so you're encouraged to try to, speed because there's no traffic.
And officials say the area has a high volume of bicycle and pedestrian traffic, including school children who attend nearby Hollywood Elementary. The new speed limit goes into effect on July 3rd. Well, several health carriers are requesting Affordable Care Act rate changes for next year. Insurance companies are asking for a 5.7% increase for residents in the individual market. The companies are also requesting a 7.5% rate hike for Marylanders and small groups. The proposed rates are currently under review. Officials say the changes could impact about 471,000 Marylanders. The commissioner will announce the approved rates in September. A public hearing on the matter is set for Wednesday, July 19th. Well, the first set of winners of the grant award aimed at increasing restaurant workers' pay in Prince George's County were announced today. Bistro 64 in District Heights received one of the $7,500 grants. Two organizations, One Fair Wage and Raise High Road Restaurants, handed out the checks to 4 restaurants in the county. Currently, minimum wage for tipped restaurant workers in Maryland is $3.63 an hour. The money will help increase wages, at least temporarily, to $15 an hour.
What we're trying to do right now, the money is just an incentive for restaurants to be able to raise the wage right now. Long term, what we'd like to do is really work with legislators to pass policy that's going to really increase the wage.
I think it's great because I value our employees, and we want to make sure our employees get the wages that they deserve for people who got to take care of families and stuff like that.
And the other winning restaurants include Lulu's Gourmet Vietnamese Cuisine in Laurel, Jodim Food Express in Greenbelt, and Azteca in College Park. Another set of grant winners will be announced in the coming weeks. Well, a tractor-trailer crashed into multiple vehicles on the Beltway last night, including a county fire department ambulance. 2 firefighters were transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries and have since been treated and released. Now, they were responding to an accident on the Beltway when the tractor-trailer struck them. The cause of the accident is unknown. Prince George's police charged 2 suspects for a fatal shooting in early May. The suspects are 18-year-old Lavelle Harris of D.C. and a 17-year-old male from District Heights. The shooting took place near this location in the 2300 block of Ritchie Road in Forestville. 18-year-old Kendall Batson of District Heights was found in a parking lot suffering from a gunshot wound. Harris and the 17-year-old male are being charged with first and second-degree murder, armed carjacking, and other related charges. Well, Prince George's police officer is acquitted in an alleged traffic stop assault that was caught on body camera video. Corporal Clarence Black was accused of pushing a man onto a guardrail during a traffic stop in October 2020 and placing his hand near the man's neck. He was acquitted of second-degree assault and misconduct in office charges on Wednesday. Black will remain on administrative duty pending the outcome of an internal investigation. And a man has been arrested for impersonating a federal law enforcement officer and sexually assaulting a woman in Oxon Hill. This is the suspect, 26-year-old Antonio Reed of Washington, D.C. Investigators say Reed identified himself as an agent with Immigration and Custom Enforcement when he approached a woman in a shopping center parking lot last Tuesday night in the 5400 block of St. Barnabas Road. Reed allegedly ordered the woman into his car and assaulted her before allowing her to leave. The suspect was taken into custody yesterday during a traffic stop in Temple Hills. He's been charged with rape and impersonating a law enforcement officer. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Vallone. Coming up, it is a battle of the badges. Public safety agencies team up to help the American Red Cross. We'll have details after the break.
Pick out all your jammies.
A fat one.
Good job. Those go in the very top drawer.
Top drawer.
First responders are battling it out to save lives. Prince George's Police Department partnered with the Red Cross to host a second Battle of the Badges blood drive today. The police, fire, and sheriff's departments are competing to see who donates the most blood.
It is like a camaraderie, teamwork thing, but in the big scheme of things, we're all here to help save lives, not usually in this type of way, but today gives us an opportunity to save lives in a different way.
And the blood drive is open to all members of the community. It's being held until 5 p.m. at the Police Services Complex in Palmer Park. A worldwide cybersecurity attack has impacted a Baltimore area university. Johns Hopkins University and its health system are investigating the recent cybersecurity attack. The university says personal information of Hopkins employees, students, and patients have been impacted. It reportedly learned about the attack back on May 31st. Johns Hopkins joins a list of federal government agencies and companies that have been hit by cyber criminals. And Prince George's nominates a new health officer. He's Dr. Matthew Levi, and he has decades of experience as a physician, faculty instructor, and hospital administrator. In 2012, Levi served nationally as a member of President Obama's Health Care Advisory Committee. County Executive Angela Alsobrooks made the announcement yesterday. Levi will begin his new role as acting health officer on August 14th. He'll still need to be confirmed by the County Council and approved by the state of Maryland. Well, next Monday, many Marylanders will be getting off work for Juneteenth, a national holiday that commemorates the end of slavery in Texas. It took Texas slaves more than 2 years to learn about the Emancipation Proclamation, which took effect on January 1st, 1863. But as a border state, Maryland didn't act until November 1864, when it held a very close voter referendum. In Prince George's, which had the largest enslaved population in Maryland, freedom didn't come until November 1864.
Was not necessarily anti-slavery from the very beginning. So he developed as a person. And so when he put the Emancipation Proclamation into effect, he saw that as a war measure. This is something that's going to help in the war, not necessarily I'm pro or anti-slavery. That wasn't a part of the calculation, at least initially. And so Maryland was a border state. And so it was important for Lincoln being in power in Washington, D.C., to keep Maryland within the Union so that the capital of the Union, the capital of the United States, is not completely surrounded by enemy territory.
We have a very confusing American history. And of course, in Maryland, we do have Emancipation Day, November 1st, but we also celebrate Juneteenth for the whole rest of the country. So I think both dates are important.
In the meantime, in nearby Washington, D.C., enslaved people were emancipated in April of 1862, 2 years before Maryland. Large groups of slaves from Prince George's fled to the district for their freedom. The 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery nationwide, did not go into effect until December 18, 1865. On 2 short days, families will gather together to celebrate their dads or father figures. Here in America, Father's Day is recognized every third Sunday in June. Former President Richard Nixon signed a proclamation that made Father's Day a national holiday back in 1972. CTV News spoke with shoppers in Largo about the important role fathers play in the lives of their children.
I notice with different kids that don't have fathers, they think totally different. And then as they grow up, they don't know how to be a father when they have kids. So it's truly, truly important to have a man in your life, your father in your life.
Yes, it's very important, the role that men play.
And why is that?
Well, they communicate and they share things together that they wouldn't share with any other person.
And we wish all the dads a happy Father's Day this weekend. The City of Bowie has launched its summer concert series. The city is partnering with Zion Church to bring health and wellness events to the community this week. Dr. Mady Henson-McCannon shares the importance of this partnership and what residents can expect this weekend.
On tomorrow, this is an informational booth that we're having tomorrow, where we will be talking about some of our upcoming trainings that we're having, our sessions that we're having, but also why we focus on health and wellness. We also will be pointing to some of the resource and providers that we have partnerships in the county and beyond to health, in fact, with the wellness of our community.
And you can join the City of Bowie, Zion Church, and other partners at the Bowie Town Center Summer Concert that happens tomorrow night from 6 to 8.
All right, everyone, it's time for your Friday Sports Page. The UMD baseball team has had a lot of success over the years. The team has gone to 6 NCAA regionals and 2 super regionals. The Terps have also won back-to-back Big Ten championships these past 2 seasons and won its first Big Ten tournament championship this past year. And new head coach Matt Swope is determined to keep this team competitive.
Over the last decade, we've established a winning culture and an expectation to win with Maryland baseball, and that will continue moving forward. When I was able to see this place packed last year while hosting an NCAA regional, I was in tears, literal tears. I could not hold it back, and I didn't care. It was the greatest sight of my life. It's something that I would have never dreamed of decades ago, but that's the standard that has been set by us and the staff, and I look forward to help making that happen again. We will develop leaders and men of character. We will play hard. We will compete in the classroom and graduate our players. We will develop professional baseball players to live out their dreams. We will win championships, and we will do it better than it's ever been done before.
Moving on to more Terps baseball news, congratulations to Matt Shaw as he was named the 2023 Brooks Wallace Awards recipient. This award is given to the nation's best collegiate shortstop. Shaw had an outstanding season. He batted .341 to go along with 24 home runs, 90 hits, and 69 RBIs. He also made All Big Ten first team. And that is your Friday Sports Page. Simon Bugs, CTV Sports.
And that wraps up our CTV News update. We'll see you back here on Tuesday. Have a great weekend.
My advice to all the fathers out there, they grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.